Alcohol affects every individual differently, but when it comes to gender, women tend to experience its effects more intensely than men, even when drinking the same amount. This discrepancy isn't merely anecdotal or social, it's grounded in a range of biological, physiological, and hormonal differences that influence how alcohol is absorbed, metabolized, and impacts the body over time. As alcohol consumption among women rises globally, understanding these differences has become increasingly important for public health and personal well-being. 1. Body composition and water content, the first line of difference. One of the primary reasons alcohol hits women harder lies in basic physiology. Women typically have a higher percentage of body fat and a lower percentage of water in their bodies compared to men. Since alcohol is water-soluble and does not dissolve in fat, it becomes more concentrated in a woman's bloodstream. This means that after consuming the same amount of alcohol as a man of similar weight, a woman's blood alcohol concentration, BAC, is likely to be higher. This elevated BAC translates into more pronounced physical and cognitive effects of alcohol, from impaired coordination and judgment to greater intoxication. Even when accounting for body weight, women's lower water content still gives them a disadvantage when it comes to diluting and processing alcohol. 2. Metabolic differences, enzymes at work. Beyond body composition, differences in metabolism also play a critical role. Women generally produce lower amounts of alcohol dehydrogenase, ADH, the stomach and liver enzyme responsible for breaking down ethanol before it enters the bloodstream. With reduced levels of this enzyme, more unmetabolized alcohol passes into a woman's system, further amplifying the effects of each drink. This slower initial metabolism not only results in higher BAC levels, but also causes alcohol to remain in the body for longer periods, potentially increasing the likelihood of damage to vital organs over time. 3. Hormonal fluctuations, alcohol and the female cycle. Hormones, particularly estrogen and progesterone, can influence how a woman's body processes alcohol. These hormones fluctuate throughout the menstrual cycle and can impact alcohol sensitivity. Studies suggest that women may feel the effects of alcohol more strongly at certain points in their cycle, especially during the premenstrual and ovulation phases. Hormonal contraceptives and hormone replacement therapy can also modify alcohol metabolism. For instance, elevated estrogen levels may slow the breakdown of alcohol, increasing its effects and prolonging its presence in the bloodstream. These hormonal factors add yet another layer of complexity to understanding why alcohol impacts women more significantly. Chapter 4. Increased health risks, the hidden dangers. Due to the combination of higher BACs, slower metabolism, and hormonal variables, women are more susceptible to several alcohol-related health conditions. These include, but are not limited to, liver disease. Women develop alcohol-induced liver diseases like cirrhosis more quickly and with lower levels of alcohol consumption than men. Heart disease. Alcohol can cause damage to the heart muscle, and women are at a higher risk for alcohol-related cardiomyopathy. Brain damage. Cognitive functions such as memory, attention, and coordination may deteriorate more rapidly in women who consume alcohol regularly. Cancer. There is a well-documented link between alcohol consumption and an increased risk of breast cancer in women. In addition, chronic alcohol use can exacerbate existing health issues and increase the risk of mental health disorders such as depression and anxiety. 5. Quicker progression to alcohol dependence. Women not only suffer more acutely from the immediate effects of alcohol, but also tend to develop alcohol dependence faster than men, a phenomenon known as telescoping. This pattern refers to the shorter time it takes women to go from initial alcohol use to addiction and to experiencing the health consequences associated with alcohol abuse. The reasons behind telescoping are multifaceted, involving psychological, social, and biological components. For instance, women may be more likely to drink in response to emotional stress or trauma, making them more vulnerable to dependence, even with lower consumption levels. 6. neurological and psychological vulnerabilities. Emerging research into the neurobiology of addiction reveals that women's brains respond differently to alcohol. Studies have found that the neuroimmune and stress response systems in women can intensify alcohol's impact, making the brain more susceptible to alcohol-related damage and increasing the likelihood of developing alcohol use disorders, AUDs. Women with AUDs also often experience higher rates of co-occurring mental health disorders such as anxiety, PTSD, and depression, which may interact with their alcohol consumption in a dangerous feedback loop. These overlapping factors demand more targeted approaches to treatment and prevention for women, a call for awareness and gender-specific interventions. The evidence is clear. Alcohol affects women more intensely and with greater long-term consequences than men. From the very first sip, physiological differences such as body composition, enzyme levels, and hormone cycles contribute to higher blood alcohol concentrations and more significant impairments. Over time, these differences translate into elevated risks for liver disease, brain damage, heart problems, and addiction. As awareness grows, it is crucial for healthcare providers, policymakers, and individuals to recognize these disparities and advocate for gender-sensitive guidelines and interventions. Public health campaigns should educate women about their unique vulnerabilities and promote safer drinking practices tailored to their specific needs. Understanding the science behind alcohol's heightened effects on women isn't about creating fear. It's about empowering informed choices and ensuring better health outcomes for all.